Yes, people. We are live, blood. We are back again. Episode 4 of the North Bank. You don't know the vibes. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Blood Clot ting. You know what I'm saying? Big up the chat as always, blood. You understand? Big up the mods, them, my brothers. We haven't made a substitution. You get me? It's not one in, one out, pause. You understand? DG is unavailable today. You get me? He will be back again next week for the next ep. So next ep, whole gang will be there. But man like Potsy, he's back again, blood. You understand? Big up my brother Potts, blood. Good to see you back again. You've been on holiday, you get me? I see you got a little tan and them thing there, you get me? Where have you been, blood? How has it been?
Come on, man. Pleasure to be here. Like the thing, subscribe to the thing, and I hope you're all doing well, man. And big up to you, troops. Yeah, man, I was in Turkey. It was a beautiful week. I just relaxed. Do you know, man, temperature got up to like 37, bro. I was sitting there like, whoo, I'm melting. But it was good, man. This skin ain't made for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I got like a bit of an Ed Sheeran beard. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to be like a drumstick squashy, white, red. Do you know what I'm saying? But nah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I had good fun. Me and my mate just chilling out. Need some relaxation. Do you know what was good? I always think international breaks are time to go and get a break, man. And I hate international football. It drives me insane. I hate it even more when I hear the Odegaard news. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? So, yeah, it's mad. But listen, I'm back and looking forward to this regular thing again, man.
Obviously, you went to the North London derby. You get me? You got the magic ticket. You understand? 1-0 victory for the lads. Good defensive performance. We came out of that with Saka getting a knock, but he's back in full training and he's ready to go tonight. But the news did drop that Martin Odegaard will be out for months, blood. You understand? Now, in your absence, me and DG were talking, and we were saying that this could be a big problem if it is more than 3 weeks. You understand? Because I was kind of worrying that it would be up until the next international fixtures, which means he would miss Newcastle, he would miss Liverpool, and he would miss Chelsea, including Tottenham and Man City. You get me? It's a peak situation. You get me? Because when you got man out there giving the transfer window 7 out of 10 and these foolishness, and you can see that we're already on match week 4 and we're already on our knees, blood. You get me? No Moreno, no Odegaard. Zinchenko's injured again. Tomiyasu. Calafiori's back, which is good news. You get me? Calafiori's back again, which is good. But I don't know if we can get through this period without Odegaard, blood. You know what I mean? Trossard went in there on Sunday and he did a good job, blood. You understand? But can he play that role on a consistent basis? I'm not sure. You get me? I think he can go and do a one-off role like he did. But yeah, I think this could be a problem still. I'm not going to lie, blood.
Facts, bro. Facts. Everything you've just said there is facts. Let's just have it right. It wasn't a 7 or an 8 out of 10 window, was it? We called it right. Yeah, Turkish called it right. It was the only one, in my opinion, on AFTV did the transfer deadline day that was on the wavelength with myself. Everyone else was giving it 7s and 8s, and I was thinking, what are you smoking? Where are you looking at this 7 or 8 out of 10? For me, we were still 2 players short. We needed a striker and a number 10. Why did we need a striker and a number 10? Well, 1, because we need an actual proper number 9, and 2, because we ain't got a number 10 after Odegaard. Now, people have said, how are we going to do this about Odegaard? We're going to have to now. I just hope and pray that he's put this faith in Ethan Nwaneri and he actually uses him now, because I've seen everything about this kid and I think he looks special. I think he's a baller. I'm not going to sit there and lie to you and believe that there's potential for him to come in and take us to a title. But we've kind of been left in that position, troops, where we're going to have to now rely on him potentially. Now, I understand that Trossard can come in and do a job. People have spoken about Jesus and Sterling doing jobs there as well. But for me, I would rather look at Ethan Nwaneri a bit in the coming games tonight, Bolton, and just see what he's like. See how he can deal with it. He came on the North London derby. He looked fearless, mate. The confidence was there. Stuck one of them on their backside straight away, turned him, went driving on the football. I'm liking the confidence of the kids. So sometimes you look at opportunities that arise in football and it might be that Ethan's got one of those. So there could be a question mark there. When you talk about the actual fixtures coming up, Yeah, it's a pile up, bro. It is, and it don't look good with Odegaard because when Mikel Arteta said there's a potential for him to be out for weeks/months. I don't know what one that is because there's actually quite a difference there. There's a difference between being out for 6 weeks and 6 months, right? So if I was to look at it realistically and say that he's done his ligaments in, I think it's a minimum of 8 weeks, minimum. So we're going to lose him for that 2 month period, in my opinion. So the earliest I can see him is around November time. And then the worst could be that you might not see him until 2025. So we have no real understanding of how bad the injury is. What I will say though, bro, is the fixtures we've got coming up. It ain't no laugh. I mean, obviously Manchester City and Atalanta are after Spurs. We've already gone to Villa away as well, and then as you can see, it don't get much easier after this little run here because we've got Liverpool.
Look at this run here, blood. Liverpool.
This is the one.
Look at this:
Bro.
Liverpool, Newcastle, Inter
Milan,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
He's gonna miss this whole period here, blood. So he's missing PSG. He's missing Shakhtar. He's missing Inter. He's missing everything, blood.
Yeah. And we got to decide how to do it. I mean, let me ask you, what would you do in that position? Because I don't want Havertz playing there. I'm not.
Do you think Ethan's the answer? Because
I don't know that he's the answer, but he's the one that I'd probably go with. You know,
you wouldn't go with Rice, Partey, Jorginho.
But then who's going to play in that Odegaard role?
Just tried and trusted.
You're going to switch it, so you're going to play more of a kind of defensive midfield.
Yeah, you're going to have to. It's what because I'm not sure about, like, I know Ethan looked good off the bench, but he only came on for a few minutes. You get me? Starting is a lot different. You understand? Maybe let me look at these fixtures again, blood, because I'm thinking, where could we give him a start, blood? So obviously Bolton, but that's
Bolton
the League Cup, innit?
Yeah,
that's
Bolton's
the League Cup. But apart from Bolton, all right, let me get it. All right, I got it. So apart from Bolton, Leicester, I don't want him starting. PSG, I don't want him starting. Maybe Southampton, he could get a start. Bournemouth, I don't want him starting. Bournemouth are dangerous. Liverpool, Newcastle, Inter, Chelsea. Yo,
it's tough,
these
man.
are, you know what I mean?
This is what we've been left with. This is why I've been saying to people that we didn't have an 8 out of 10. This is why I've been saying people we should have bought Eze.
So what, you would start Ethan on what? You would start Ethan on Sunday against the likes of Rodri, Bernardo?
No. I'd start Ethan tonight and I'd start Trossard on Sunday.
Okay, so would you go same lineup as Sunday?
The Man City game, but I think it's out of order to throw him in on against Man City at the Etihad. I think that is proper throwing him in at the deep end. But I'm kind of sitting there believing that Ethan's going to have to be a massive part of this squad now. So I'm not saying he's now part of the first team. I'm saying he's going to now have to play a run of games. We can't just play the same number 10 in every single game. So Ethan now, because of Odegaard's injury, he's gone up the pecking order, hasn't he? That's what I'm getting at. So where is he going to play? I don't know, but he's going to play some games, bruv. He's going to play against Bolton. I believed he was probably going to play then anyway. I would play him tonight. Not sure that Arteta will, but I would. I believe there's an opportunity there against Bournemouth, against Leicester.
What if we switch the formation?
Well, that's what you're suggesting. So you have Partey. Yeah. So you have how do you do that though?
You go Partey and not even Partey. I'd go Rice and Jorginho as the pivot. Yeah. So you go 4-2-3-1, and then you have Saka. I'd put Sterling on the right. Sterling on the left, Saka on the right, Trossard in the 10. And then I would play Havertz in the 9. That's how I would look at it, because I don't see. I'm like Ethan. That's my guy. You get me? Future of Arsenal, blood. You understand? Big talent, but we're in a title race, bro. You get me? It's and he hasn't played any first team football, blood. You understand? So it's a bit techie throwing him into this situation. Obviously, previous times when we had Fabregas and Amanda, they was playing first team football. You understand? So we could throw Cesc in at that young age. It's a bit different with Ethan, where he hasn't played first team football. First team football is a lot different to under 21 football. It's a big jump. You get me? Coming off the bench and having little cameo appearances, it's a lot different than starting, blood. And because we're in a title race, I would rather go with experience and just rather, you know what, we can't play 4-3-3. we can still play expansive football, but we're gonna go 4-2. We're gonna go 4-2-3-1. You get
No,
me?
I hear
Have
that.
Rice and Jorginho as the pivot because Jorginho's good on the ball, so he can still move the ball forward. He can still be that little creative spark in the middle. Rice is there for the legs. Then you still got Saka on the right. You still got Sterling on the left. You can bring Trossard into the team as the Odegaard replacement, and then you got Havertz in the 9.
No, I hear that, bro.
In my
I hear
opinion.
that. I hear that, bro. And I think he's probably going to go with that kind of double pivot with a 10. I don't know what your thoughts are of this. I was speaking to Hooks, was on my channel the other night talking about this, saying that he would play Jesus in that role, in that Odegaard.
Yeah, I've
role.
heard. Yeah, I hear a lot of people saying that about Jesus.
What are you saying about that?
What, in the 10 or the 8?
Yeah. In a 10, like in Odegaard's position, yeah. And have Rice and Partey. So it'd be like Partey, Rice, and Jesus. I'm not against
What
it,
you
you know,
think?
but because he's quite deep anyway, Jesus, isn't he?
Yeah. And he's got no striking ability. He's better on the ball.
Yeah.
So you're taking Trossard
He's
out.
good with the press as well. Yeah, that's the thing. You take Trossard out, who I love, but do I love him in the 10? I actually, do you know what? It's mad, right? Someone was
I
talking
think the
about
way
Odegaard
Trossard played on
today.
Sunday was like, I was like, yo, he's moving like Santi blood.
Mm.
Because he's
Yeah,
small
it's
and the
mad.
way he was picking up the ball and just popping it off. And the way him and Martinelli were playing, him, Martinelli, and Timber, that left hand side looked good, blood. Our left hand side hasn't looked good for a long time.
No, that's the best our left hand side has looked for a long time, man. I thought Timber was electric. But yeah, I mean, Trossard's the best at the moment now that Odegaard's out. I just feel the reason I bring Ethan up is because I feel like he's next in line. I'm going to need to use him because Trossard's not going to play every single game now until January in the 10, is he? So we're going to have to look at somebody else. Whether he drops Havertz there, whether he plays Sterling there, whether he looks at Ethan there, he's going to have to rotate a bit. So that's the problem, man. It's a massive injury. I said this, though. I said, why are we getting rid of Smith Rowe and Vieira and bringing nobody in? Like, it's crazy, isn't it?
I was saying, like, sell or get rid of Fabio Vieira and keep Emil blood. You get me? Because
yeah, I would have done that now as well.
You see how he's cooking at Fulham blood. You get me? A run of games, and now you can see what he's doing, what he was doing before when he was actually in the starting 11 for us before he got injured. You get me? And then he lost his place, obviously, when he came back. And and do you know what as well? The Moreno injury as well. That's fucked us as well, blood, because we've lost him as well. You get me? We could have had him who can play in the 8. You understand? So then the Odegaard miss would have been covered, kind of, blood. You get me? And that was an unfortunate injury. All 3 injuries that there was, the Calafiori one, the Odegaard one, and the Moreno, they were all unfortunate injuries, blood. They weren't like, you know what I mean? A man was running and pop his hamstring or something, blood. They were just, you get me? Calafiori got step on out of nowhere. The way that Odegaard turned.
We were already short in midfield and now we're shorter because of the injuries. So what we've done is we've already said when everybody was still here, when everybody was still fit, it's like we need to sort this midfield out. And what we've done is we've let players go, haven't replaced them. And on top of that, the ones we have got injured. So now we're massively short, bro. Massively short. Like how often, I know we're saying play Trossard in the 10, looks good, give me Santi vibes at times. But when we look at it, we never wanted Trossard to be playing in the 10. But he's now playing there.
Yeah.
We didn't want Havertz dropping back, but he might have to play there. It's crazy, man.
Like we're in the predicament where we have to move players out of position. We have to move them out of their favored position and put them and give them a role that they're not familiar with. Like they can do a job, but you can't do that job on a consistent basis, and you can't do it to the level that Odegaard would do it, blood. You get me? And like I said, another trick miss from Edu, blood, in the window, fam. Another trick miss, bro. We're like, you can't get rid of all of that, yeah. Like everyone was like, cool, we got rid of like all the deadwood and all of that. Fair enough, well done. You get me? You got shit money for certain man. You got good money for certain man. It is what it is, blood. But what did you bring in, bro? You get me? You told us, you get me? Be excited. We won't be disappointed, bro. Does it look like we're, you get me, pleased? We are fucking disappointed, mate. Facts. We're not happy. Yet Facts. Again, we're left bare, blood. Pause.
Yeah, truth. And this is what I kind of said. I said to myself, right, we're in a position where we absolutely need to cover X, Y, Z. And I thought at the bare minimum, we would 100% be doing that. Unfortunately, mate, we're in a position now where we're completely short in midfield. Now, I've got no problem with having a small squad if that's what Arteta wants. But you have to take all 4 competitions seriously. It's very hard to do that with a small squad. Very, very hard. Now, I know Manchester City have done that because they've actually got 22 players of absolute quality. We haven't got that. We haven't got that. There's still drop-offs of our side. There's still drop-offs from Odegaard. There's still drop-offs from Saliba. There's still drop-offs from Saka. And there's definitely not a number 9 at the club that I think is guaranteed to give us 25 goals a season. And people might see that as negative. That's just where I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this side is ready. It's going to go win trebles. Maybe. It's going to go win doubles. It's going to go win cups. I'm just not sure it is, man. And I look at the injuries already and I'm like, oh, this is a worry. Now, what I will say is we've come on unscathed in the last few games with one of the most difficult starts we've had in a long time. Because going to Villa Park, going to White Hart Lane, and going to the Etihad on top of that Atalanta in a new format of the Champions League, with League Cup games and everything coming thick and fast, it isn't an easy start, bruv. And we've done quite well. We've done really well, in fact. But is it sustainable? Can we be serious about all 4 competitions? I don't know if we can, Troops. I don't know if we can, man.
It's not enough, man. When you look at City last night, you get me. Rodri, Foden's back. Yeah, De Bruyne went off injured, but Bernardo, Doku, Grealish, Haaland, they're all there, blood. You understand? And you look at us, it's like, yeah, we got Rice, Partey, Jorginho, and Ethan.
Yeah, man. The only place they can't really, in my opinion, replace is Haaland. That's the only player now. Because Rodri, they've got now Gundogan back.
Gundogan as well, blood.
You know what I'm saying? They got Gundogan and Savinho, who's replaced
Savinho, blood. You see what I'm saying? I'm all forgetting players, bro. You're adding to the artillery that they have, blood. You get me? Like they have so much strength and depth, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look, let's be positive about one thing. When these players are back, we've got a strong squad, a strong bench as well.
Yeah.
Because when you can put these players on the bench instead of the likes of Ethan, Lewis Skelly, we had man on the bench I'd never even heard of at the weekend. Maldini, someone, and I don't know who they were, man. Like Ismail, someone. I'm like, who are these people? But for me, we need these players back. I will say this though, Troops. In the summer, this team has got one more season to prove that it can stay fit. Players such as Jesus are getting one more year, otherwise I want them sold. Tomiyasu likewise, Zinchenko likewise. How are these players still getting injured? They're not even playing. Like Tomiyasu didn't even go to the Euro.
Zinchenko should have been sold in the summer. I questioned Tomiyasu getting a new deal. Like, I got no issue with Tomiyasu as a player. You get me? He's actually a player. If he was fully fit, then I want him part of the squad. But when you can't even, you get me? It's like you get fit for Japan and then you go play for Japan. You come back and you're injured. Brother, it don't work like that, bro. Japan ain't paying you. We're paying you, blood. You get me? And you can't do a job, blood. You can't stay fit. You need to go as well, blood. You get me? Like, the loyalty they show to some of these injury-prone players is ridiculous, bro. Zinchenko, injured again. You get me? We don't even need him, bro. The amount of cover we have in the left-back area, we do not even need him, bro. Why are we giving him a new number? You understand? We should be blocking his number, blood. Not giving him a new number. You get me? Real talk, we should be blocking his number, bro. About giving him a new number. We should block that number, blood. You get me? Real talk, bro. That should be like private number. You look at that, you don't even answer that, blood. You pay it no attention, bro. Real talk, bro. You know when you get them phone calls for them dodgy numbers, blood.
Yeah.
And it says Scotland or Wales, blood. Bro, I don't know no one there, blood. I don't need to answer that, broski. You get me? Let me block that number, blood. Do you understand? Like, it's just some of the decisions that are made at the higher level of this club, blood. I have to question it, bro. You get me? And that's when you get me. People say, "Oh, you're negative, Troops. Oh, you did it." I'm not, bro. You understand? Like, I'm here. I'm not saying Arteta out. I'm more on Edu, bro. You get me? Because I feel that Arteta hasn't been given the tools. You get me? I'm sure Arteta's not sitting there like, yeah, I'm happy with, you get me, letting Ethan be part of this title charge at 17 years old, not playing any first team football. You get me? It's not like Yamal, where Yamal's playing first team football. You get me? Like, because someone will try to bring out Yamal. Oh, Yamal's 17. Yamal's playing football week in, week out at a high level, bro. Ethan's not, blood. You get me? Ethan's now he's training with the first team, But even that's different to actually going out against opposition, blood.
Yeah, man, true. Facts. I look at it as well, and I think there are so many players that come through that are top quality. Ethan is the next one to come through, right? But I always say this, there's only really one that is special every decade. And we've had that over the years. When you and I were growing up, it was obviously Rocky. We had Merce. They all come through together. It was very rare to have, Kevin Campbell, bless him, all these guys coming through at a young age. And then obviously Tony Adams was the one that come through really that you thought, whoa, Mr. Arsenal. We had to really wait another decade until Ashley Cole come through. And then another decade after that until Jack come through. And then another decade after that until Bukayo come through. So when I'm looking at it, maybe Ethan is going to be one of those players we look at and think, wow, he could be a Cesc, but he could also be a Emil Smith-Rowe or somebody like that comes through. So we need to be careful about that. The other thing you said, which is bang on, is the Tomiyasu situation and some of the other players that are getting injured. I agree with you about Zinchenko entirely, but Tomiyasu, for me, I love him when he plays. I think he's solid, one-on-one defending, aerial abilities, class, good defender. But he's been injured more than Kieran Tierney, you know that. And everyone says, get rid of Kieran Tierney. He's always injured again, by the way. Yeah, this guy's been injured more. Check the stats. This guy's played less games than Kieran Tierney. And he's still here 4 years later. So you got to be realistic with it sometimes and just say, look, this might not work out for Tomiyasu. Like, he just cannot stay fit. And also, we don't know what's wrong with him, Troops. Like, we were told he was going to miss two weeks of pre-season. The guy's not played a game yet. And he didn't have a Euros. So I look at it and just think, yeah, potentially there's some problems with him. But these players have got one more year to prove their fitness. Obviously, Partey I'd throw in there, but he's probably going to be going at the end of this year with his contract being up. But I look at Jesus, I look at Zinchenko, I look at Tomiyasu, Tierney, obviously Partey I've mentioned. They've been injury prone for a while, and unfortunately, we're relying on these players to stay fit to be a part of this squad, and that's a big risk, man. Big risk.
We got Todd Miller, my G. He says, who has a better chance? Arsenal winning Champions League or Diddy getting out on bail? Arsenal fans singing, I'll be missing you for Odegaard. Yo, these managers cornering, man, blood. You get me? Diddy got bagged, blood. You get me? It's peak, fam. You know what I mean? We got Kurt Chaos, my G. He says, we should have kept Smith-Rowe.
There we go.
Big up Off Meta Professor. He says, seems like a grade 3 ligament tear, 3 months out.
Well, I don't know, do we? If it is that, then that's terrible. We ain't going to see him till New Year, are we? If it's going to get that bad. I mean, it looked a bad injury, bro, didn't it? It looked bad.
The way he like his reaction as well. Like the next day, he never had a boot on. You get me? The way Arsenal like kept it quiet, I knew it was bad because you don't prolong it this long if you haven't got a bad diagnosis. So they've probably gone to like a couple doctors and tried to get like a quicker recovery time. And they've all probably said, yo, this is looking like 2 to 3 months, mate.
Yeah, it's not good, man. It ain't good at all.
And then they tried to drop the Arteta contract to kind of... the Arteta contract was to calm us down for the North London derby with Odegaard getting injured. And now with Odegaard thing, there's news dropping that Gabriel's new contract is nearly done as well, blood. So PRFC, fam, you get me? Back again in full effect, blood. Big up Aiden, my G. He says, big up to you, Troops, and Arsenal Ed Sheeran. Just want a shout out. Just want to shout out one of our rival league island sides, Dundalk FC, who have been saved at final hours of bankruptcy, who Arsenal played a few years ago. Derry fan. Yo, big up them, man, there, blood. You don't like to see football clubs going into administration. You get me? It's peak when them things happen. So, you know what I mean? It's good that they've been saved from going into bankruptcy, blood. You get me? Potts, I spoke to you about that, blood. How you feeling about Arteta's new deal, blood? For me, for me, it's the wrong timing. You get me? If he won a trophy this season, and then they announce at the end of the season, I'd be like, all right, cool, say no more. You get me? But if we was to go trophyless again, making it 5 years, our longest drought since 2014, I wouldn't be sure about giving him a new deal.
Yeah, you know where I'm at, bro. It doesn't surprise me. I expected him to sign. There was kind of a few options, wasn't there? And I kind of laid out all the options and said he's either not going to sign because he doesn't feel like he's been backed. He's either not going to sign because he's going to wait and see what he wins and judge his own kind of achievements, or he's waiting for the Man City job when Pep goes. They were the other three scenarios, but it don't shock me that he signed. I believed he'd signed a while ago. What do I think about it? Yeah, the timing. It's really strange, but at the same time, it would keep Arsenal fans wondering what the hell's going on if it wasn't announced. So it doesn't surprise me that it has. My problem is, as much as I love what he's done to get us challenging, and as much as I think there's been a hell of a lot of good that he's done, definitely round the club as well as off and on the pitch, I need trophies, man. And if we're not going to win trophies, and this guy's already signed and we finish trophyless again, does he really deserve to be rewarded with a new contract when we haven't won nothing again and the longest trophy drought in a decade under the manager's watch after spending £700 million now? There's pressure, man. There's definitely pressure. And that's why I want to see him take the domestic cup seriously, because if we can't get a league over the line because City are just that good, if we can't get a Champions League because Real Madrid keep doing their thing, then what are we going to do in the domestic cups? And if we do go and throw out, these cups in the bin again, I ain't going to be happy, my friend. And a lot of people say we never threw the cups away. Yeah, last season we didn't throw the FA Cup away. We didn't, for sure. Liverpool were better than us on the day. They scored, we didn't. But in the last 3 years, we've lost to teams like Forest, Southampton, Brighton in these domestic cups by playing kids or B-team players that ain't strong enough. I can't see that again, man. Like, we've got to be get into the very, very deep stages of these competitions, mate. And that's the bare minimum. It still doesn't surprise me. I said, what happened? People said to me, what happens if we don't win nothing? Do we sack him? I said, no, we won't sack him. No chance. Cronkies love him. Is his guy. They love him. So there's no point talking about his future. He's with us now for the next few years. It wouldn't surprise me if this guy has at least another 5 years here. At least, if I'm honest. So in that time, I need to be doing that, man. I need to be doing it.
Because that's the thing, the way the cups have been disrespected, just disregarded, putting weakened sides. I think since we last won the FA Cup, we've only won like 3 games in 5 years, blood.
Wow.
And one of them was Oxford, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, blood. It's real like that, fam. You get me? Oxford United, blood.
I remember that.
And the teams that you've named, they're more than beatable, blood. More than beatable. Yeah, we should be beating them. We should be getting past these teams easily. You get me? We need to be going into the latter stages of these competitions, blood. A lot of people say, "Oh, who would you get if Arteta was to leave at the end of the season?" Bro, there's managers out there, bro. You get me? I rate Luis Enrique, Nagelsmann, them two for a start, blood. You get me? Enrique's at PSG. You can get Enrique, bro. PSG ain't doing nothing, blood. You understand? Proper manager, bro. You get me? Because that's the thing. Arteta's done very well, blood. And I'll be the first to say that, bro. You get me? He's done very well, bro. The way he's turned around the club, the way he's got us back into a competitive state at the high end of the game, not just top 4. We're actually competing for league titles. But can you get us over the line, blood? That's the questions I have, bro. You get me? And if it don't happen this year, when's it going to happen, blood?
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate when people say any other year Arsenal would have won the league. If Man City weren't in the league, Arsenal would have won it, blah, blah, blah. But I don't remember using those excuses when we were losing to Man United. I just remember going and getting better and winning when they were still in the league. So when I hear, it's just Pep, he's too good. It's just Man City, he's too good. Don't get me wrong. He's bloody brilliant. He's a genius and their squad is ridiculously good, right? But I remember leaving Highbury around about 2003 when we lost the league to Man United and we beat Southampton the following week in the FA Cup, and I was still crying that we threw the league away. I remember doing that. What happened the year after? We went invincible, mate, against Sir Alex Ferguson. So when I look at it, I don't sit there crying. I don't remember in 1999 when Man United did a double coming out going, second it is, boys, for a few years. This team are too good. Nah, man. We went and won a double in 2002 and went invincible in 2004 and collected FA Cups throughout the time as well. So that's what we've got to do, is find a way, get better. That's what football is, man. It's elite level sport and it's competition. It's not about taking part. It's not about congratulating a challenge or getting into the top 4. It's about winning trophies. And I've always been about that, mate. I've always grew up winning. And some of the people, maybe some of them are in the chat, they grew up in 2010 watching Arsenal when top 4, get in, we've done it. 4th is done it again.
Yeah, 4th on the final day of the season.
Yeah, final day of the season. We're all going mental. Listen, like for me, it's about winning. And most of the people that don't understand what you and I are talking about, they're like, that's a bit harsh. I don't think they grew up winning, bro. I think they grew up competing with top 4. And that's the difference. That's the difference now. So when you talk about other managers coming in, look, you go get Don Carlo if he's not about. You go see if you can get Simeone, Inzaghi. You go and get elite level CV that says I win stuff. Not, oh, let's go and see if De Zerbi fancies the job now, or let's go and see if Graham Potter's still kicking around. None of that crap. I'd rather keep Arteta than those names. Yeah.
Facts.
The only names I want are the Carlo Ancelottis, the Diego Simeones, the Simone Inzaghis. They're the type of names of managers that I'll be going for. Otherwise, I keep this manager. Real talk.
Nah, that's facts, man. Like if you don't get a top manager, then you know what I mean. It's better the devil you know than the devil you don't, blood. You get me? When people
100%.
say like the Girona manager and that he's good, blood, but he's just another Arteta, blood. You get me? Learning his job. Even what's his name, Almarim. He's learning his job.
Ruben Amorim. Yeah.
You get me? It's man for me like Zidane, Nagelsmann, Enrique. Them man there, bro. I look at and I'm like, yes, you get me. Young, proper managers, bro. You get me. They're not too old. You get me, and they're respected. You understand? They'll come into the changing room and the players will, yo, these man ain't gonna understand. You know he ain't fucking about, blood. You get me? You understand? But yeah, man, he's here, blood. You get me? For me, the timing is wrong, innit? You get me? Like I appreciate what he's done, but you understand? If we end trophyless again, then boy, that's not a good look, blood. You get me? Obviously we got Atalanta tonight, fam. I've actually got some stats for this game, yeah. Atalanta have never previously faced Arsenal in any competition. The Gunners will be the 5th English side they have met in major European competition after Everton, City, Liverpool, and United. Arsenal have lost their last 3 away Champions League games in Italy. Although this is their first trip here since 2013, those of each came at Roma, Milan, and Napoli. Atalanta's last 4 Champions League games, all in the 2021-22 group stage, have seen both them and their opponents score 2 or more goals in the entire history of the European Cup. No side has ever both scored and conceded 2 goals in 5 consecutive matches. Arsenal have won their opening match in each of their last 6 major European campaigns. The last side to beat the Gunners in their first game was Dynamo Zagreb back in 2015-2016. And finally, the 2023-24 Europa League final, won 3-0 by his side, was Gian-Pierre Gasperini's 50th game in charge of Atalanta in major European competition. Gasperini has won just under half of those, with 24 victories from 50 matches. So it's the first time.
He's a good manager, you know.
Yeah, he's decent still.
Yeah, won the Europa League last year. So for me, a team that's got to be respected. I honestly believe even with rotating, we can still pick up 3 points. However, I do think that we could quite easily drop points here. And I don't actually mind if we do, Troops. A lot of people are saying you go out all out for it. Make sure you get that 3 points, start well. I get it. I'd love to. But if you're asking me now, we got to drop points to win on Sunday, I'm taking it. Just win that game on Sunday. Be refreshed for that game on Sunday. I don't know what you think about this game in terms of rotation. I don't know how strong he's going to go, Mikel Arteta. I've got a feeling that he might only make a couple of changes. I don't know where you're at there, though, man. Like, what you expect?
For me, The back five should be the back five. Raya, Benny Blanco, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber. I bring Rice back. I'd rest Partey. I'd play Jorginho. And then I'd play Sterling, blood. I'd play Sterling left, Trossard 10, Saka on the right, and Havertz in the 9.
Okay.
I know people are saying they want to see Jesus and that in the 10, but I'd stick with Trossard right now.
And who did you say would be on the right? Sterling.
Saka.
You play Saka.
Sterling on the left.
Oh, you go Sterling left. Okay. See, I'd make a few changes tonight. I would. I want these players refreshed for Sunday. The last thing I need is Saka got a knock.
Did you see the City team last night? They weren't resting no one, blood. You get me?
Yeah, Inter Milan at home.
They made changes early as well, blood. You get me? Like this is a difficult game, bro. You understand? This ain't gonna be. I don't think this is a game where we can make changes and survive.
No, I agree, but I think we could rotate a bit and still be all right. Depends how much we rotate. I've suggested that we make some changes tonight because I believe we need to be fully. I'm just looking at that Sunday game thinking, wow. I've spoken to a few Man City game fans and they're like, surely you'll just rotate against Atalanta, right? And you'll be ready for the weekend. Or are you going to risk it tonight big time and then go, right, let's just pray that Saka don't get a knock. Pray that Saliba don't go down. And I know that anyone can get injured at any time. I just think we've got some games coming up where we can rotate a bit. We can. You've got the Bournemouth game. You've got the Leicester game. I think you can keep it fresh. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and Bolton obviously.
Wouldn't you wait to rotate then? Just get through this little period, and then
maybe that's what he's thinking.
Because
maybe.
because you don't want to lose momentum as well. That's the thing. Getting that momentum from Tottenham now, you want to attack this week, blood. You understand? Go get a win in Atalanta, and then push on for that win on Sunday, blood.
Maybe that's what he's thinking. I expected to see Saka and Partey rested tonight. I just felt
no way he'll rest Saka. He'll never, blood. Him rest Saka, bro. Saka could be on half a leg.
I know. It's like kryptonite with him, isn't it? He's literally just ridiculous. I just don't know. I like see him coming off, and he was like, apparently he had cramps. I'm like, why do you reckon that is, bro? Because he plays every minute of every game.
Overplayed, blood.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Arteta's just like, apparently he had some cramp, and I'm like, come on, man. Like, you know why he's got cramp. Yeah, listen, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm talking nonsense about the resting players because obviously we've got a win tonight, but I look at it on Sunday and I shouldn't overlook this game, but I'm just thinking you've got 7 games to play after this. If you can't finish in that top 8, even if you was to draw this game tonight against teams like Shakhtar and Dynamo Zagreb and even Girona, Sporting Lisbon, we don't deserve to be in the Champions League, man. If we can't get in the top 8 with those games, like real talk, Atalanta and Inter Milan isn't easy, but
does it matter where we finish in the top 8?
Nah,
we just have to finish in
the
top 8.
You just got to get into that. It doesn't matter if you come 7th, 8th, 6th, 3rd, 2nd. Apparently, that's it. You're in the next
it doesn't affect who we play in the next round.
Apparently not. I asked that, and apparently not. You just get it. It doesn't matter if you come 1st or 8th. You still go into the next draw, and apparently you can pick any of the teams below, unless someone in the chat knows differently. But that's what I believe is the case. So for me, you win those 8. You draw tonight, and or if you was to lose, it's not like that's it. Champions League, it's over. We can't deal with this. We've got 7 more games, man. So I don't know. I'm feeling like we can be rotating a bit tonight. I would be expecting to rotate a bit tonight, but I might be wrong. Like I would give Jesus a nod. I'd give Sterling a game. I would look at bringing Rice back in with Jorginho. I would play Ethan. That's what I would
start
do.
Ethan?
Yeah, I'd start Ethan tonight. I would. I'm giving him the Champions League experience tonight.
So what would be your 11?
So I go Raya will be
changes in the back 4.
Yeah, I'd rest
Calafiori's back.
That's why I would rest. I play Raya, White, Timber, Calafiori, and one of Gabriel Saliba. Rest one of them. Then I would.
Bro, you're resting. Whoa.
Yeah,
You're not even saying like rest Timber and then put Calafiori in at left back. You're actually you want to rest like one of Saliba or
what he
Gabriel.
does. But I want Gabriel or Saliba rested, man, because I can't have one of them go down. Then obviously in the midfield, Jorginho, Rice, and Ethan. And then I'm going Sterling on the right, Jesus, Martinelli.
Wow.
And then you got them players to come on. You got Havertz to bring on. You got Trossard to bring on. You got
That's a lot of changes, blood.
Saka to bring on. Yeah, there's a
Keep
lot of
moving like it's
He ain't gonna
Carabao
do
Cup,
it.
blood.
I know. But I'm so focused on Sunday, bro. I want to be refreshed. Do you hear what I'm saying? I don't want to go into the Sunday like, oh, they've had a extra day.
But then,
extra
God
day
forbid,
rest.
imagine you tried to do this and then Sunday, 1st minute bow. Or even like
Yeah,
in the
that could
warm-up
happen.
bow. Because that's the thing,
That
bro.
could happen.
Like, you hear me? Like, they could, like, especially because it's so early in the season. I get what you're saying, innit? Like, you want to protect the players. I
Yeah.
totally get what you're saying. You don't want to go into City more weakened than we already are. I totally get that, blood. But you see, because it's early, bro. It's early. We're like 4 games in. I'm sure that these man can, you know what I mean, get through this week.
I hope so, man. But I've seen already. We've just been spent the last half hour talking about our injuries, bro.
Yeah. But
do you know what I'm saying?
But the problem, that's what I'm saying. The problem is though, you don't want to lose momentum. You don't want to make all them changes and then the substitutes don't make the required effect on the game to get us back into the game. And then we go into City with our confidence down. Because right now, confidence is up, blood. You understand? Beat Tottenham away, 3 in a row, no Rice, no Odegaard. Loving life, blood. You get me? To go to Atalanta now, lose, I think it could have a trickle effect where, yeah, the Man City game goes a bit.
We could play the first team and still lose, bro.
I don't think if we play the first team, we don't lose. I don't think we lose tonight. If we play,
me neither. But we could do, or we could drop points, innit?
If we made 2 changes, we can win.
What I think you will do. That's what I think you will do.
So like a Partey for Rice.
Yeah, he'll do that definitely.
And maybe a Calafiori for Timber, because it's back in Italy. Maybe boom. All right, here we go.
He might change the front line as well. He might put 1 extra in the front line. I don't know.
I don't think he'll change the front line. I think he'll keep the front line. He don't really like. I thought he was gonna drop Martinelli for the derby. I thought he's gonna put Havertz in the midfield, drop Martinelli and put Trossard there. But he stuck with Martinelli and put Trossard in the middle 8 where I wanted Trossard. Like, he actually did what I wanted. I couldn't believe it, bro. I was like, fucking hell. Maybe he's watching the channel. You get me? Big up Arteta. But
yeah, see, I would make more changes than you, but listen, I don't think he's going to. I think you're right. You're going to get what you think. I think Arteta's going to go strong. I just sit there. I'm going to sit there tonight, not relaxed. I'm going to sit there thinking, don't any of you go down. I need you Sunday. Don't any of you go down. Whereas if they were actually on the bench and could come on, or maybe he starts strong, brings them off. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe he brings them off.
That's how I'm thinking of it. Get the game won. Get the game done and dusted.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
You can bring off your Saka. You can bring off your Havertz. You can bring off your Rice. You know what I mean? Because you can make 5 subs, blood. So you can bring off 5 of the man them, and then the rest of them just see out the game, blood. That's what because I don't think you can. I don't want to disrespect Atalanta, bro.
Yeah,
you get me? Like, even Madrid.
I'm not trying to either. I get they're a good side. I feel like if you look at so let's just look at a side that was, let's say we went mad and we rotated. I still think it's a side that can come up against that Atalanta. Jesus, Sterling, Martinelli in the front 3. None of them are shocking players. Obviously, Ethan, that's a risk because he's 17, but I like the kid. Jorginho and Rice are 2 ballers. Obviously, at the back, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, and Timber, let's say. All good. And then Rare in goal. So I don't look at the side and go, oh my God, Arsenal ain't winning that. That's a shambolic side. That's a Carabao Cup team. Like, that just proves that, yeah, we actually have got. Huh?
We also don't travel well in the Champions League, like, you understand? We've lost. I think we lost our last 2. I know we've definitely lost our last 2 away games because we lost to Porto and we lost to Bayern Munich. So we don't travel like this. This team doesn't. You understand? It's their.
Mikel Arteta's European record is actually a shambles, man.
It's
I can't
piss
even
poor,
lie.
blood. Let's have it right. It's piss poor. You see what
Horrendous.
Emery's doing yesterday. You understand? Absolutely slapping YB. You get me? And you know what I mean? Like it's. I'm not saying I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but you get me. Arteta's European record is shambolic, blood.
No, it is. It is. It's horrendous, mate.
So that's why
I mean, we beat him Porto.
That's why I think we should go strong
on penalties last season, which was cool, but we beat him on penalties. That's all he's done in Europe when you look at it, really. Everyone else that he come up against, he bloody lost to. Bayern Munich, Sporting Lisbon, Olympiacos, Villarreal. Like all of these teams that we should have been really getting past, he failed against. Even Bayern Munich, that was the worst Bayern Munich that I've seen in a long time. And we weren't able to beat them. So he's got to do better in Europe, man. He really has.
Like the chess we had going into that Bayern Munich home game, the first leg was, bro, you would have thought we was playing fucking Shakhtar Donetsk, blood. You understand? Big man thing, you would have thought we was playing Shakhtar Donetsk or fucking Rosenborg or one of them fucking teams, blood. You get me, because you thought we was gonna run riot, and Goretzka, absolute masterclass, mate. You understand?
Yeah, man. Facts.
Big up man like Eric. He says, hi guys. For the big games, I would go with 3-4-3 shape while Odegaard is away. Gabriel, Saliba, White in the 3. Calafiori, Rice, Partey, Timber as the 4. And Martinelli, Havertz, Saka in attack. Big up Eric. What do you think about that, blood?
Yeah, interesting, man. Because those 3 at the back are solid. And Calafiori and Timber are ball playing defenders. Like both of them are comfortable on the football. We see Timber at the weekend. I thought he was man of the match. Honestly, I thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, for me, the only reason Gabriel got it is because he got the winning goal.
A goal, exactly. Yeah, facts, bro. And listen, he was quality, and so was Saliba. But for me, Timber did everything, mate.
Different grade. And whilst on a yellow card.
Exactly that. Exactly. Look, I think what he's saying here, Eric. Big up to Eric. Cheers for the super chat, man. I actually believe what he's saying here. We sometimes kind of do that already with White and Timber in and out of possession. So sometimes you'll see that when we have the invert, because what he's saying there is somebody will invert. So it will be like a 4. One of them, in Calafiori or Timber, will invert, will go there. But I think it could be similar to how we have played previously. Whether we'll set up like that in a midfield 4 with Calafiori and Timber either side, Rice and Partey, then you've got Martinelli and Saka that can go in front of that with Havertz. Yeah, I don't know that Arteta is going to look at that, but I feel like there's an opportunity to actually change things up with the versatility in the squad now against big teams. So I'll be interested to see if that is something he looks at for sure. But big up, Eric, man.
Big up my dog, Tim's, my G. He says, my wish is to just see us lift the Champions League. We need it.
Facts.
Bro.
That's the one we want, man. As Kenny Ken says, the one with the big ears.
You know
That's the one we all want, man. That's the one we all want. And, you know, someone said to me the other day, do you want the Champions League or the Premier League? And I picked the Champions League.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've seen the league, bro. I need that champs.
I need the champs. I need to shut those Chelsea and City fans up that still think they're bigger than us because they've won one.
That's the argument, blood.
It does. Absolutely.
That's all they have, man. Bro. Pussy O's. Big up True Gunner TV, my G.
Big up, Brandon.
Says, these top gooners love spouting rubbish. If Pep was that good, we wouldn't have had the league title in our hands last 2 years. Only had to beat Villa last season. Was 8 points clear the year before.
Facts.
Makes a point.
Absolute facts. No, he has a good point. And, you know, there's a lot of people that love what we're doing right now. Absolutely, we're challenging, but we need to be lifting a trophy. And if we win the Champions League or the Premier League, trust me, the streets ain't ready. Let me tell you that. But
Carnival
until we do that, yeah, Carnival 100. But until we do that, there's always going to be doubts, man.
Big up True Gunner TV again, blood, my brother. He says, I'd play Jorginho, Rice, Sterling, right, Martinelli, left, Trossard, 10, Jesus up top. Jesus is better in Champions League. He scored his most goals in Champions League last season. That's true, you know.
True, bro. This is true, bro.
Like, you know what? Jesus in Champions League is a different animal.
He is. That's why tonight I wouldn't mind seeing him.
Yeah, you know what? I'd rest Trossard and play Jesus.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm with that. Because big up True Gunner, because that's actually I forgot about how good Jesus' record is in the
Even
Champions
last season, man, he was quality for us.
Because we would get false hope from his Champions League form that he's going to bring it back into the league, and then he'd fall on his face. So you get me. His style is more suited to that, blood. If we're being honest, so I think man, fuck it, blood. Go with Jesus, blood. Big up Chai. He says Wenger Emery gave academy grads a chance. I think it's time for Arteta to show what he can bring. He won't be considered a top manager unless.
Yeah, look, he needs to. He needs to deliver. He knows. I think he knows. He knows it's time to win now. You know, he understands that the FA Cup win was great, but it wasn't with his side. It was with a side that he's got rid of since, that he's had to now build again and start again. He's now got a team that's very good. That's probably, in terms of the stats, as good as or as best as we've been since the Invincibles. So the squad's there. Time to deliver, man. You're the manager. You've got your squad. The squad's good. There's no complaints with it. Yeah, it's a little bit short in my opinion, but go and get something over the line, man. Because if Ten Hag can get this Man United side winning 2 trophies, we ain't got any excuses not to win something this year, bro.
Facts, bro. Big up my dog, Kurt Chaos. He said Trossard's older brother is the ref tonight.
Man, he well looks like him, doesn't he?
Yeah, man like Clement, blood. Man like Clement Trossard, bro. You get me? His older cousin, blood. It's mad, fam. You understand?
He well looks like him.
He's a good referee. There was a mixed response to him being the ref. Some people were like, yeah, good ref. Some people were like, he done us dirty against Porto. I don't really remember him doing us dirty against Porto.
Nah, it weren't. It wasn't that bad, was he? Was he at the Emirates? He was at the
Emirates.
Yeah, I didn't think he did us dirty.
Yeah, I don't think he done too badly, blood. You get me?
I remember people saying it's Trossard's brother, like the ref. I remember that.
His older brother, blood. Prediction for tonight, Potsy.
I'll go 1-1, man. I'm sticking with it. I'll go 1-1.
What you saying? 1-1, yeah?
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, I think Arteta's going to go strong. I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal.
Love it. I hope you're right and I'm wrong.
I think we get the win tonight, blood. Definitely.
Love it. You do a watch along?
Yeah. Go live at it's a bit techie tonight, blood, because Trey's got training at 6 and it's an hour away from where I am in it. So when he finishes at 7, I'm gonna have to rush back home. So I'm literally going live
with kickoff. Yeah.
I'm literally going live bang on 8 o'clock, blood. You get me? So chat, don't be saying like, oh, Troops is late. I'm literally running through fucking London, blood, to get back over to Northwest, blood. You get me? But we will be live tonight. 8 o'clock we go live, blood. So you lot make sure you pull up, blood. You get me? 8 o'clock we go live. Are you doing a watch along?
Nah, man. No, I won't be doing watch along tonight. I'm gonna sit and chill, watch it with Pops. So that'll be me. Sit with some dinner, get mum to put something nice on, and we'll sit and relax and watch it, man. But I'll be watching, bro.
Come on, man. Big up Potsy every time, blood. You lot know the vibes. We'll be back again next week, blood. Deluded, that Walad. He will be here as well, blood. You get me? Make sure you subscribe to Potsy. Channel link in the description, blood. It's right there, blood. So hit that, blood. You get me? Hit that the way you hit your gallon doggy. Boom, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see you lot at 8 p.m, blood. Up the gun. And let's get them fucking 3 points, blood.